Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another deck chemistry video, and if you happen to be new here, what a deck chemistry video is, I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of a deck and then pair it up with some decks out of my collection that I think might work with it. And as the title of the video says, be prepared for an overload of cuteness in today's walkthrough, because I am doing the Once Upon a Time Tarot by Los Scarabeo. Illustrator, I don't know how to pronounce this. I think it's Ilaria Fossey, and the guidebook is by Carol Ann Ashkenazi, something like that. It's your typical Los Scarabeo guidebook where you only have this much for English and then all the other languages in here. There is one spread, and then you get into the majors and the minors. The thing is, the majors are fairy tale based, and each one represents a different fairy tale. And it is noted here in the guidebook what fairy tale it's representing on the card. So I like that. And then the minors are not. They, each of the minors has a different coloring to it, and it follows like one type of character through all of the cards, which you'll see once we get to that. So, and then the majors, you have that little bit of write-up about what that fairy tale is, then the message in relation to that fairy tale, and then a divinatory meaning. So I do like that, that they tell you what the fairy tales are, because I wouldn't know, I don't think, some of them. So I do like that. This deck is just so adorable, and as soon as I unboxed it, I ran to my cupboard to compare it to one of my other tarots that fits the same adorableness that I'm going to show paired with it in as soon as I do the quick walkthrough. So see if you can guess in the comments which one I'm talking about. I bet you many of you can. It's also a Los Scarabeo deck, so just so you know. But here we're going to walk through these. I don't know. It's just so sweet. I don't really have a fairy tale themed deck, not that I can recall anyway, but you know, you got Jack and the Beanstalk, Puss in Boots. I don't know what this High Priestess is supposed to be. Oh, Morgan Le Fay. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad that it references them, because I wouldn't know offhand. This I think is Beauty and the Beast. Sleeping Beauty here, but this is just so super cute. Hansel and Gretel and sweet. Red Riding Hood. I think this is Pegasus. I think this is the Pied Piper here with the mice. And I don't know what the world is. But then you get two extra cards, and you get the Road, which is based on Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and you get the Dream, which is based on Alice from Alice in Wonderland. So that takes us through our majors. So then we get into the minors, and our cup suit, since it's the water, element of water, is all mermaids, and I just think this is so stinking sweet. And you have this like lighter blue hue to this to give you that watery vibe and everything. Like the mermaid here is down here in the stream, and the mermaids here, they're over here sitting across the river or pond on the rock. So there is a mermaid in each one of these cards. In some point or some part, the mermaid here, you can hardly see her, like he's walked away from her, and she's down here like crying. So yes, there is a mermaid in each one. Here's the mermaid in the page, and the queen is the mermaid, and the king is a mermaid, merman, whatever. So that is our cups suit. Moving on to pentacles and the earth suit, we have these like little mushroom people. I don't know if they're like gnomes or what they are, but they are full of sweetness. And you have this, you have like crystals to like to represent that earth energy, and them in their little mushroom caps. And again, adorable, which I'm just going to probably keep saying that over and over. But yeah, if you notice that the color hue continues through all of the cards. Here's our little mushroom gnome, and there's he is or she is sitting on top of the horse, and then we have one down here by the queen, and then one sitting here by the king. But it's all that like turquoise and rose color for the pentacle suit. On to our dragons and the fiery wands. And there is a dragon element in each one of these cards. And this has that more orange and reddish fiery energy. And each card, of course, has that little dragon element in it, which I think is super, super sweet. And then finally, our suit of swords is more of the darker blue, and this has the fairies. And each one of the fairies has like the light wings, you know, then they're kind of transparent. So I think that's a good representation, I guess, for the air element. But these are also cute. And you can see, like I said, the same darker blue color hue that goes through that suit. So that is a quick walkthrough. And it being a low Scarabeo deck, it's low Scarabeo cardstock. So it's the thinner cardstock, but that thinner cardstock shuffles beautifully, especially if you riffle shuffle. Well, that was my sloppy shuffling. Don't base it on that, but it does. It shuffles wonderfully. So if you want to, you know, riffle it. And I have several low Scarabeo decks. I've never had any issues with the cardstock chipping or that and I shuffle them quite regularly. So let's do some deck side-by-sides. Now, can you guess the first one I'm going to talk about? I have 2 tarot, 3 oracle, 4 oracle, and 1 affirmation deck. And I'm going to show the 1 tarot that I think has the exact same vibe of this deck. And that is the Happy Tarot. It is like too much sweetness that is going on between these 2 decks. But I think they could work together. I mean, look at the colorization of all of them together. I think they would work wonderfully if you'd like to pair 2 tarots together at a time. However, in saying that, this is really like overkill, I think, on the sweetness side of everything. I like the Happy Tarot. I use the Happy Tarot quite often, really. Well, I shouldn't say that because I have so many decks now. I used to use the Happy Tarot quite often. And it gave a well-rounded reading. It wasn't just all steeped in sweetness. So, but I would not pair, I don't think, this with this, even though they look beautifully together because they have the very same kind of vibe with each other. And in saying that, I think unless you want something that is like the fairy tale base, then if you have the Happy Tarot, you might want to pass on the Once Upon a Time Tarot because they're really similar in nature, minus the fairy tale element of it. So that is my first tarot that I'm going to show. My next tarot that I thought might work with it is the unfolding path. I don't need to put all those down. And here's my thought process on this is when I was, because I had a hard time finding decks in my collection because I don't really have a lot of oracle that are in that super sweet vibe that have this kind of artwork to it. At least I don't, nothing came to mind when I was scanning my decks really quickly. And the same thing with the tarot, except the one I just showed you. So what my thought process to the unfolding path with pairing it with this is you could use this kind of as the unfolding path is what your inner child is missing, you know, that adult side of you, and then go to the Once Upon a Time tarot to map that out, get guidance for it, make a plan at how you can fill that void, that sort of thing. So that was my thought process in picking the unfolding path. I do think the colorization works really well though across it, even though the artwork is very different. I still think with this white space here, it's just enough that it will work side by side, even though the artwork is different. So you have 8 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. And then we have Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups, and 6 of Pentacles. So if, you know, if you're asking your inner child what it's missing, what the inner child is missing, or something along those lines, and maybe you're in some sort of state of boredom or something right now, unable to tap in to that inner child energy. And then you've got that 6 of Pentacles of the give and take. Maybe you need to give yourself to some people, give time, give energy, share space with somebody younger even, in order to get you out of this slump of boredom and start nurturing yourself a little bit. So that was my thought process on it, and using it like that, I think it would work really well. So another deck I thought I would try paired with this is an affirmation deck, and this is the Take What You Need affirmation deck. And the reason I picked this one is because I think this one is really sweet and the images would work lovely with this. So we have the Fool and the Chariot. Any challenges you're facing can be overcome. Start that new journey. Just have a direction to go in. Harmony and peace are already here. Search within yourself. You've got the 7 of Wands where you're on guard, ready to battle somebody, and then Judgment. So I think these are working rather well together. Queen of Cups, shine a light on what's working well for you today, and the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe these are 2 people that you'll encounter. 5 of Swords, Page of Swords, and make time for meaningful contemplation. So, you know, I think that is a really good pause moment to go in between this Page of Swords and this 5 of Swords. So I could see this affirmation deck working very well with the Once Upon a Time tarot. Have I been calling it the Fairy Tale Tarot this whole time? Oh my gosh, I hope not. I guess I'll find out during editing. I thought would work well because of all the white space is when my soul whispered. I'm going to tell you, I go to this oracle for pairings all the time because this deck works with anything because of the white space around it. Same thing like with the Roots and Wings. But the only reason I didn't pull the Roots and Wings is because of the way some of the images are depicted on there. And I didn't feel that it was as good of a fit as maybe this one is. So Ace of Wands, Motivate, King of Pentacles. I think that's perfect. And like I said, the color's very minimal, so it breaks up, you know, gives you that pause in the middle from all the color on each side or whatever. High Priestess, Passion, and Star. Seven of Cups, Communicate, and Three of Wands. But I like this one also paired with this. I like this one paired with a lot of things. Like I said, this is really a workhorse oracle of mine. I use it all the time. And this is the mass market one. And I've had it for a couple years now. And it's held up really well for as much as I use it. The next one I thought I would try is the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith. And this is a Hay House deck. This is based on like spirit guide, tapping into spirit guide energy. But it's just kind of swirls of color. There's a few like images, I guess, like kind of in the card, but it's mostly just swirls of color. So you have the road, all is well, and the sun. I think that's a great message there. Nine of Cups, be the best version of yourself and start today. And Justice. King of Swords, your soul will find those who are meant to experience life with. And the Knight of Wands. Boy, that was a mouthful. So as far as colorization goes, it works very well. I would have to actually put it into practice, try it out, and see how the messages jive with one another. Because, you know, if you've been here for a while, you know that that's what the most important thing is for me. The Emperor, be like your spirit guide, and the Tower. And King of Cups, it isn't about being right, it's about doing the right thing. And then the Six of Wands. That combo works well together. So yeah, this one I would have to test the waters with and see how it pans out. But while we're speaking of decks of color, I thought I would try the Secret Language of Color cards. This is a mass market by Ina Siegel. If you have that other color deck that's indie, I cannot remember what the name of it is. That one might work well also. Let me restack the deck here. Okay, so we have the World, Jade is take action, and the Six of Swords. Nine of Wands, let love in, and 10 of Wands. I don't know how that works together, and I don't like the coloring of that either. We have Scarlet, attract success, Four of Cups, and strength. Two of Wands, Gray, learn to scan your body, and the Seven of Swords. I don't like this combo. I don't like how it's working with this. I don't like the word. It's not vibing with the tarot, I don't think. So I would probably pass on this combination. You can let me know what you thought in the comments below. You can also let me know if you think that other indie deck that has more cards to it might work better. And the last deck that I have to pair with it is another indie deck. This is the Cute and Creepy Oracle by Misha. I just picked this up this past year for, I want to say it was a Black Friday sale. And I freaking love this deck. I just love it. I think the images kind of go well together with this. So let's see what we have here. We have the Magician, Pivot, and Nine of Pentacles. Circumstances have changed. Make changes to meet the new normal. Okay, I could see that. Eight of Cups, Lost, and Six of Cups. This is so small. Who are you? Where are you going? What is the purpose or the meaning in your life? Oh, that works very well with that Eight of Cups energy. And then I like that the arrows are pointed. You could have like cards all around this one and, you know, see what's pointing where. The Moon, Take a Leap, and the Four of Wands. So this is leap and a net will appear, take a chance. So, you know, you can see the Moon is not letting fear stop you. Go ahead. This has that Fool energy to it. And then, you know, that Four of Wands, that stability, that place to land, or even that celebration, if that's how you see that. Ten of Pentacles, Fire, and Eight of Pentacles. Queen of Swords, Finances, Ten of Swords. Four of Swords, Knowledge, and Page of Wands. I kind of really like this one. Even though, like I said, the images are a little bit different, I really do. I kind of like this one with paired together with this. Two of Cups, Growth, and the Ten of Cups, continue to improve yourself. I really like that message paired with these two Cups cards here. So you can let me know what you think of the cute and creepy paired with it. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. Share in the comments below what you think of this deck if you're picking this deck up. Pairs that you think would work really well with this deck, and I can scour my cupboard and see if I've got that deck in there, because I'll take any suggestion that you may have for that. And until I see you next time, bye.